welcome back to Nostalgia Rewind. I'm Kris.
And I'm West.
And today we're watching...
Sister Act.
Woo! Sister Act!
Yes. Do you like nuns? Do you like Whoopi Goldberg? Well, you're
who doesn't like Whoopi
in
Goldberg?
for a treat. And who doesn't love nuns, I guess?
I don't know.
Cut that out. So, I grew up with this movie. My mom watched it. Me and my mom watched it when I was, growing up between the ages of 10 to 15 or something like that.
It was a household staple.
It's a household staple. I watched the first and the second one equally as much, so I know both of them pretty well.
Do you prefer the second one?
I think they're both different movies. This one is a story about her, while the other one's a story about getting kids to follow their path. It's like more of a...
I only ask because for our viewers out there that don't know, Wes normally likes all the movies nobody else likes. So, Home Alone 3 and... There's other ones.
Movies. Yeah, usually the movie that people don't particularly like in a franchise is the one that I like a lot. But I would say that in the beginning I watched Sister Act 2 more.
Yeah.
But then I watched Sister Act 1 more, and then it became an equal thing. But I do like Sister Act 2. I mean, about kids in the hood rising up or something. It's good stuff.
Oh, and spoilers ahead, of course. So yeah, I really liked Sister Act growing up too. I don't think I watched it as often, definitely not as often as you did growing up, but I remember watching it in school, I want to say. I think my choir teacher may have showed it to us, or maybe a different music teacher I had. Someone. I watched it in school, and I think that's where I really was like, oh yeah, I really like this movie.
Yeah, this may have been one of the movies that I watched in school as well. Like one of those movies that they play. I know they always play Gattaca at schools.
Really?
People always tell me that I tell them what one of my favorite movies is, and it's Gattaca. And most people tell me that they were kind of forced to watch it. It's one of the movies they make you watch in science class. So people see it as a movie they make you see at school, while I see it as a movie that's just a movie. That's
so funny because even if I was forced to watch Gattaca in school, I would have been right on. This is a good movie. Same with Sister Act. I mean, I was not upset with watching Sister Act in school. Super loved it. Super loved Whoopi Goldberg. I remember finding out that she didn't have eyebrows and being so upset only because I couldn't look like a normal human being without eyebrows. I remember accidentally overplucking or shaving off half my eyebrow or something because it was the late 90s, early 2000s, and thin eyebrows were the bee's knees, and I looked dumb as fuck. I did not look as cool as Whoopi.
Yeah, Whoopi really does pull it off.
Yeah, and I'm still jealous to this day, because I wish I could just shave off my eyebrows and not worry about that. I got gross eyebrows. It'd be cool if I can just get rid of them. Whatever. But yes, this movie was great. I loved it. Isn't she a Vegas dancer or something?
Yes, or a Vegas singer-dancer, yeah.
Yeah, and then how does she get involved with the nuns again? What happens?
She's under witness protection or something. So she has to pretend to be a nun because she's part of a trial or something. I don't know.
Oh, actually, yeah. Let me read the synopsis.
Synopsis time.
Totally skipped that. When a worldly singer witnesses a mob crime, the police hide her as a nun in a traditional convent where she has trouble fitting in. So yeah, and then Whoopi Goldberg, Maggie Smith, Kathy, I can never pronounce her last name.
Najimy?
Yeah.
Najimai.
I love all three of those women.
So I think it'll hold up. This is one of those wholesome movies that age well, I think. It's Whoopi Goldberg becoming a good person. Just, standard good recipe pie,
Yeah, I think, it's going to be a good time, Even the religious parts of it don't, if you're not a religious person.
We're with her. We're the Vegas dancer.
Yeah. So
we're
even if you're not religious and you're kind of turned off by the fact that, I don't know, if you look at it, you're oh, this is a bunch of nuns, and I can see why you wouldn't want to watch it if you didn't know anything about it. But that's definitely, because I'm not religious, you're not religious, that has no effect on it whatsoever. If that's the reason why you haven't been watching it for the past 30, 20-something years, whatever.
Yeah. Oh.
So yeah, it's going to be great. It's going to be wholesome. It's going to be great. Just the whole thing's going to be fun.
Yeah, I think so. Fun.
No doubt.
Singing. Whoopee. All right, here we go then.
Let's go.
Let's go! All right, we just finished watching Sister Act 1.
We sure did.
And I think it still holds up. You know, there was an act, and there were sisters in this movie. The movie holds up because it's like, you know, it's like it's kind of like cooking shows. You know, well, let me just start over. It's kind of like singing shows. Everybody loves singing. You know what I mean? Like, you can't go wrong with like something that has a lot of singing in it. And it was just, I think this was good. It's wholesome. Good songs. They convert a few, I guess, then contemporary, but now old songs into, I guess, church.
Into Jesus songs?
Jesus songs, which I'm okay with, you know.
It's cute. I forgot that they did that with pretty much any song, or not any, but all the songs that she had in her act in Reno, she adapted for them to use in church.
Yeah. What's interesting to me is, so she walks in, or accidentally walks in, on her boyfriend, who's basically a mobster, gunned down a man. And then she goes to the cops, and the cop is like, I have an excellent idea, and they'll never, ever suspect it. And, you know, his idea is for her to be, like, a nun. But, like, when you watch that scene, it really looks like he's had this planned out. Like, he's been wanting to put somebody...
Yeah.
He's been wanting to put somebody in a church for so long. He's like, finally, I get to execute my nun, 367 blue plan.
He's just been hoping that a woman would need to go into witness protection so he can be like, perfect place, perfect disguise. No one will look for you here. Yeah. And, I mean, he wasn't wrong. She would have gotten away if she didn't do everything that she did for their choir. Yeah. Which led to them being on the news.
And what a gig. You're undercover and then all you gotta do is singing.
Right, which she did for a living anyway, so...
Free food, free place to stay.
Yeah, didn't have to deal with mobster boyfriends.
Yeah.
Which, the only thing that didn't make sense was the whole witness protection thing. They did not give her a backstory or... anything new other than a new name.
Yeah, they're like, this is your new name. You're in a church now. Yeah. Good luck.
But when she was talking to all the other nuns, all the other sisters, she was like, yeah, I used to do... I mean, obviously she didn't say she was a lounge singer. But she was like, yeah, I was in freelance and singing of whatever sorts. And she did make up stuff. It's not like she used entirely her real backstory. Yeah. But she still used elements of her real life, like how she said she was from Reno and the whole singing aspect of her career or whatever. And I'm pretty sure when they give you a whole breakdown of, like, who you are now.
I mean, they're supposed to, like, or else... you trip up on your information. Yeah. But, so yeah, and then I'm actually pretty excited to watch Sister Act 2 because I feel like you got a little glimpse of what Sister Act 2 can be in this Sister Act. When all the kids are coming in, so when she starts turning the church around by having better singing and people from the street in this rundown neighborhood, they're like, what's happening over there? Obviously, singing at a church. But that's basically kind of the premise of the next one, where she teaches a bunch of students from a town that's a rougher neighborhood to be better for themselves and be in choir.
I vaguely remember that. I've seen this one a lot more than I've seen the second one.
Yeah, the second one is definitely a different feel, but I still think they're both good in their own way.
Yeah. This one was fun. I think my favorite part was when she sneaks across the street to the dive bar. But when you get into this place, right? So you walk in, or she walks in, and they have a pool table, and there's a jukebox, and there's a bar. So you're like, okay, this is a typical dive bar. Mm-hmm. Nothing out of the ordinary. You got all your biker gang people, whatever. And once the other two nuns come in, there's like a whole thing, and then they start dancing. And then you notice when they're dancing that there are people in booths sitting, and they're eating. So this place is not only a bar, it's a restaurant.
And it's open at the time.
Yeah, and it had to have been late. Well, not necessarily late. They're nuns. They went to bed early, so it could have still been earlier. But
that's true.
But still, so it's a dive bar, a restaurant, and then and there's also like coffee at the bar too, which seemed odd. I don't know. So this whole place, really, if you think about it, it's a dive bar restaurant and
a dive bar diner.
Yes, dive bar diner. That's what we said earlier. And I want it to be real so bad.
Yeah. So let's write that one down. Dive bar diner.
Yeah.
Kris's Dive Bar Diner.
Yeah, I dig it.
I think it's pretty interesting. Okay, another thing to talk about, I think, is how sloppy the mafia is, where, like...
They're pretty terrible.
Yeah, so terrible. They were, like, when they were chasing her down, they were just shooting at her. And, like, what are you gonna do? Let's say that he shot at her, hit her, and then she bleeds out in the hallway. They still have to, like, go through all these normal people watching a dead body.
Yeah, they gotta move her body, they gotta clean up that area. Like, there's just so much...
So messy.
They have to worry about if they were to do that. Also, when they're chasing her, they run through a kitchen, and they chase her twice through this kitchen, mind you. And the first time, she's wearing heels, and they're in, like, suits and stuff. So, we're gonna assume that they're in, like, dress shoes. None of them slip, and this is a kitchen. They all would have fallen multiple times in those shoes. And then the second time, she's not wearing heels this time because she's in her non-uniform, but they're still wearing suits and still in their suit shoes. And whatever shoes she's wearing are still not kitchen attire, so they would have fallen again. They didn't. Whatever.
Restaurant realism.
Taking me out of the experience.
I'm not being immersed.
Also, the first time around when they're chasing her, she climbs up, because I guess that kitchen's underground or something. But she climbs up and then ends up being on the sidewalk. She moves a grate and then she's on the sidewalk. And then eventually she, gets out of there real quick. And they happen to follow her up. But when they come up, they just go back into the building and they leave that grate wide open. Somebody could have fallen. I'm sure somebody did fall. We just didn't see that part because it's irrelevant to our story. But that definitely happened. Somebody fell down that stupid hole because all three of them are assholes.
And what's interesting is they leave the hole open. Basically, like leaving a manhole open.
Yeah.
Or like something on the side of the sidewalk that can, like, you fall into. But everybody's just unfazed. They're like, oh yeah, this is normal.
Oh yeah, there was a lady in the background watching them the whole time, but just like real cash. She didn't really care that they were doing it. She was just watching them because I guess it was something to do.
She was waiting for her next spin on the slot machine.
Yeah, and yeah, she's like, oh, Reno, crazy stuff. What else was there? I don't know.
On to trivia. Like, what else do we have? There was a chase. And at the end, she stays at the church. What happens at the end? We just saw it.
So at the end, they put on their performance for the Pope. And also, wouldn't the Pope have to be, like, I don't know, he seemed kind of out in the open. I don't know how the Pope lives his life. I know nothing about Catholic.
All we know is that at some points, he's in a bulletproof glass
he's in his
car.
Pope-mobile. But that's when he does, like, parades.
The Pope is, like, equivalent to just a parade balloon.
Yeah, that's when that happens.
A float.
So, like, when he's in... And I guess I feel like there should have been more security at this church because the Pope was there, but there wasn't a whole lot. Like, he had his people with him, the people that the Pope normally has, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
But there wasn't, like there weren't cops there or anything. I don't know.
That's
There's
true.
nobody protecting him. Don't people protect the Pope the same way that they protect, like, the president?
I think so. I never thought about it, but they would have to. The Pope is a very popular figure.
Yeah.
An important figure.
If he's going to ride around in a bulletproof Pope-mobile, then, yeah, he's got to be protected at all times. Why else are we doing that? So, yeah, it just seemed weird that there was no security there. Whatever. I don't know. But all those kids that do come in, when they hear the music, that's not... When you were a kid, if you've heard that music in a church, would you have been like, hey, what's that? And, like, gone in and had a good time?
I don't think there's ever been a scenario where, like, you just hear some music, like, hey, I'm gonna go into that building over there where the music's coming out of. La 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 la. Like, I guess that's what it's showing you, that in the hood or in a rundown neighborhood, you have nothing else to do. So if you have a fun area to go to, they will congregate there.
I mean, I guess, but I still feel like kids would not think it's cool.
Definitely. Oh my god, these nuns, they're off the hook.
I'm definitely gonna stop taking meth. You know, I was knee deep in meth until I heard that nothing you could do. What's that song?
My Guy?
Oh, My Guy, but said in My God.
Like, yeah, like, I can see them maybe going in to be interested, because, I don't know, it wasn't common for this church to be doing anything. But they wouldn't hang out there every Sunday, right? They wouldn't have started to go to church. I don't know. I was totally not interested at all in any type of religion whatsoever. Whenever I had
routine.
Yeah, whenever I had to go to church as a kid, I hated it. Passion. First of all, I would go to a Catholic church. I'm not Catholic, and I'd have to go there all the time. And then whenever they would do the cracker and the wine or whatever, I couldn't go and do it because I wasn't baptized Catholic. So I just sat there while everybody else went and got crackers and wine, and I didn't. It hurt my feelings as a child. But it was boring. I hated going to church. It was boring. And it didn't change throughout my teen years. And it hasn't changed now. I don't like going to church. So, like, I can't see these kids. And especially since these were, like, I don't know. They look like they'd be, like, the cool kids. And what cool kids go to church?
Yeah.
Right? That's, like, the dorky kids.
Or change their, like... Yeah, no, it's true. But, like, it's basically about lifestyle. And the lifestyle that they lead doesn't match up with, like, religion.
Going to church.
Yeah.
It's boring. No offense to anybody that really likes going to church. You do you, boo.
Boring for us.
Boring. Yeah. And then when the kids did come into the church, like, the older people that went to this church, like, on a regular basis, were not fazed by them. Like, old people are judgy as all hell. Like, anytime we go up and visit my grandmother in the villages, like, everybody's nosy and paying attention to us. And just super aware of us being there.
But it was just showing you that the power of music can break all those constraints.
Nah, that's BS. Those old people would have been judgy.
They would have.
They would have saw them and been like, what is this riffraff doing in here?
Get the riffraff out of here.
There's graffiti on their pants, like...
Bringing the hood in here.
Yeah, like, they would have been typical old people. Whatever. Well, suspend my disbelief for it. Because it was a good movie. It's still a fun time.
It was. It's a little piece of just mindless, just fun.
Just sweet, little wholesome.
Yeah, a little piece of nougat in the cookie of movies, you know?
Do you normally have cookies with nougat in it? Aren't nougats normally in candy bars?
There should be a nougat cookie.
Okay. Maybe there is, and I'm just not aware, and I'm the asshole right now.
Nah, never.
But yeah, totally. It was a fun time. It was wholesome. It was good. The music's fun. Whoopi Goldberg's great.
Of course.
I wish she was still doing stuff. Is she still on The View?
I'm not sure.
You don't know what that is, you.
I know what that is,
okay.
And I knew that she was on it. I don't know if she's still on it, though.
Well, alright, yeah, so definitely recommend. Check it out. And, yeah, let's do some trivia.
Trivia time. Here we go. Did you know that all the nuns were actually related?
Don't listen to him.
That's not true. That's not true.
Let's see. Whoopi Goldberg hired Carrie Fisher to rewrite her dialogue, which led to many arguments with Disney executives. Fisher later told Goldberg, "You're getting into a pissing contest with people who have actual dicks."
Interesting.
Did Disney have anything to do with this? Is this a Disney movie?
I don't know. There was no Disney.
Yeah, I didn't see a Disney logo in the beginning. It wasn't it. What was it? Whatever. It didn't say Disney. Interesting. Maybe that's why Disney's name wasn't on it. But that's cool. She hired Carrie Fisher.
To what? Rewrite her lines?
Yeah, to rewrite her dialogue.
Wow.
An opening scene shows Dolores as a young girl played by Isis Carmen Jones. Later the same year, Jones played a de-aged version of Goldberg's character, Juanan. Her character in Star Trek. Do you know her name in Star Trek?
Nice. I don't. I didn't watch Next Gen.
But yeah, so she plays a younger version of her as well in season 6, episode 7, titled Rascals.
Boom, boom.
That's fun.
That is fun.
The Rolling Stone magazine cover shown during the closing credits is real. I'm assuming that's the only one that's real, because there was a bunch of magazine covers that they showed, but they're only saying the Rolling Stones was real. Because many shots were shot in Reno, the cast members would often stay in their nun outfits and wander off the set to pull some pranks on the casinos, bars, clubs, and strip clubs. Kathy, whatever her last name is, and Wendy McKenna tell a story let me reread this. Kathy whatever and Wendy McKenna tell a story that they once ordered wine and fries to their hotel room and answered the door in their nun outfits while loud porn was playing on the television just to mess with the hotel staff. That's funny. We have fun here. The film was later turned into a stage musical. Whoopi Goldberg appeared in a limited run of the London performance, this time playing Mother Superior.
Whoopi Goldberg played Mother Superior?
Yeah, so she would have been...
That's fun.
Right? I would have liked to have seen her playing Maggie Smith's character. Yeah. One of the neighborhood teenage girls is played by Desretta Jackson, who played the young version of Sally Whoopi Goldberg's character in The Color Purple. Wow. Oh, and you're right, that wasn't her singing voice.
Aha!
Wendy McKenna's singing voice was dubbed by Andrea Robinson.
Yeah, it's like you can see it.
Yeah, I figured it wasn't hers, but trying to give her the benefit of the doubt, but it's not. The church in which Whoopi Goldberg takes refuge is St. Paul's Catholic Church, located at 221 Valley Street near Church Street in San Francisco's Outer Mission District. So, if you ever want to go to the church,
we will.
It's over in San Francisco. Mother Superior, which is Dame Maggie Smith. She's a dame. I didn't know that.
A dame.
You nerd. She dubs Dolores Sister Mary Clarence. She states that the Clarence part of her name derives from St. Clarence of Concord. While there is no St. Clarence from Concord in conventional Rome Catholicism, there is a St. Clarence from Vienna who is coincidentally the patron saint of prisoners.
Fun fact.
That is fun. I like that one. Whoopi Goldberg acted in a West End adaptation of this movie in 2010, where she played the role of Mother Superior. Oh, we already knew that. Okay, thank you. The Reno police station shown is the main post office in downtown Reno, with some real patrol cars parked outside for set dressing. The patrol cars were driven by officers working security on the set. The real police station in Reno didn't look as much like a police station to the director.
Funny.
Right? Dolores' girl group is named the Ronells, a combination of the names of two other girl groups from the 1960s. The Ronettes and the Shirelles.
Cute.
I like that, yeah.
Little fun fact there. I like it.
This one's fun. Okay, when Eddie, Bill Nunn, takes Dolores, Whoopi Goldberg, to the church, she asks him, "What am I going to be, Quasimodo in the Bell Tower?" Which is a reference to Victor Hugo's classic, The Hunchback of Notre Dame. And a few years later, Mary Wickes, who is Sister Mary Lazarus, played a singing gargoyle in Disney's Hunchback.
Bam. The connections. Lazarus is an interesting name.
Yeah. Isn't that a religious term?
Yeah, Lazarus.
But it doesn't have to do with like death and coming back or something? Maybe
Okay.
not. I don't know.
You brought it up.
I don't know. I'm just kidding. I'll take that part out. It's religious. That's all I know. Okay. When the marquee for the Moonlight Lounge is first shown in the beginning of the movie, the featured band name is the Ronells. In the scene where the nuns are going to rescue Sister Mary Clarence, the featured name of the band, Dolores Gone, is Lerons, which is just Ronells rearranged and minus one L. Whoopi Goldberg and Max Grodenchik, I don't know, had played supporting characters in Star Trek series. Goldberg played, her character in Next Gen. And he played Rom in Star Trek Deep Space Nine.
Wait, who played Rom?
Max Grodenchik.
Who was he?
I don't know. Let me see. What did I say his name was? Max?
Something.
He played Ernie. Oh, he plays, whatchamacallit in Star Trek?
Yeah, plays Rom.
A Romulan? No, not a Romulan.
No,
Ferengi.
He plays Rom. Quark's brother. If you remember Quark's brother. Or cousin? Brother.
I don't remember. I don't recall. I don't remember who Ernie was. I'm assuming that was one of the henchmen guys?
I think so.
But all his pictures, this actor's pictures on IMDb, are just him as Rom, so.
Moogie. Definition of Lazarus, a brother of Mary and Martha, raised by Jesus from the dead, according to the account in John 11:2. The diseased beggar in a parable of a rich man and the beggar found in Luke.
Okay, so it was about being raised from the dead. Okay. I knew a very small amount of Lazarus.
Yeah.
Alright, let's see. It's included among the American Film Institute's 2000 list of the 500 movies nominated for the top 100 funniest American movies.
Nice. Wait, what list is? Say the list one more time. Seems like a specific list.
It very much is. The American Film Institute's 2000 list of the 500 movies nominated for the top 100 funniest American movies.
Hold on.
I think this is a list that they do for... It sounded like it was raining for a second.
Okay.
So every 100 years, maybe, they do this?
Alright, so read the first half.
The American Film Institute.
So, a film institute.
Yes, the American Film Institute. That's the overall thing, right?
The overall thing, the American Film Institute.
And this was the 2000 list.
The year 2000.
Yes, I think that's how it's reading to me.
So, the American Institute's
2000.
The year 2000's list
of the 500 movies.
Of 500 movies
nominated for the top.
Nominated for the top
100 funniest American movies.
100 funniest American movies.
Yes, for the year 2000.
For the year 2000.
No, that's a lot of movies. I don't know. I don't understand this.
What a specific list. This sounds like they're trying to fucking beef up their resume. Like they're trying.
This is why awards are stupid and bull. Because what does this list mean?
They're like, wait, what? One more time. Even I said nice. I'm like, nice. But what does that mean? All right, cool. Moving on. That's cool, yeah. Great fun fact.
It's one of the 2 films released in 1992 that starred Harvey Keitel and features the sisterhood. The other film being Bad Lieutenant.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. It's a fact.
Yeah,
not
sure
necessarily fun.
A bunch of people that were considered for parts that I don't feel like reading through because it's just a lot of people. Let's see. Oh, in the scene where Dolores is to be shot by 2 of Vince's henchmen, she kneels to pray before striking each of them to run away. The chair in which Mary had been tied up is the same chair used in Devil's Due.
Never seen Devil's Due, but
me
whoa! The same
fun.
props?
Yeah.
Maybe it's in the same universe. Or not. Are those all the trivia?
That's all. Unless you want me to read about all the people that were considered for the roles. There's a lot.
No.
And I don't know which sister is which because I don't remember anybody's name except for Dolores.
So, Whoopi Goldberg did an excellent job here in Sister Act. She emoted and acted emotions very well without any eyebrows at all.
As always.
As always. You know what's funny? I was even paying attention just to see if it's weird, right? Just to see if it's weird. But like her eyebrows emote so well that they don't even need to be there. I think we're all using eyebrows as a crutch to express ourselves because if Whoopi could do it without eyebrows, we should be able to do it without them too.
I think she has a very defined brow bone.
Yes, it's very defined. It's very expressive. I was watching it. I was like, I can see where it's like her eyebrows are there.
Yeah, yeah. That's why I think it would be weird if we didn't have eyebrows. I don't think our brow bones.
We can train our brow bones. Our brow bones.
I think you just need to stop saying brow bones.
Okay. Go ahead.
I don't think we can train them though. I think it's a feature of her.
A feature, you hear that? I say it's muscle.
It's just a facial feature.
I mean, yes, it's a bone structure.
Yeah, because that's bone there.
But I feel like you could still train some emotion into those eyebrows. Like I'm doing it right now. Let the record show on this podcast that I'm doing so well, expressing my emotions with my eyebrow muscles.
You're supposed to stop talking so I could cough in the water. Yeah, but what you're doing right now is just expressing normally. What I'm trying to say is that she has, like, it almost looks like she has eyebrows because of how defined her brow bone is.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay.
No more ums. So, it was great. I love it. Sister Act 2 is on the list. That one's gonna be I feel an even more interesting experience.
I'm intrigued because I remember that one least. So
yeah.
I'm excited to watch that. This one was fun.
Alright,
so yeah, it was fun. It was great. It was wholesome. It was a good time. Everybody in it's great. The story is kind of whatever. But
it was good.
It's a fun time. I am excited for the second one.
We will
do that.
I do recommend.
Yeah, recommend. Good time. If you just want to feel good and if you like music. It's not necessarily a musical, but
yeah, but there's a little bit of like liking to listen to singing.
Yeah. It's it's a good time. Good family watch, family approved or something.
So leave a comment. Let us know what you want to do. What movie to do next. Let us know what other movies you'll like us to do.
Yeah,
next.
any suggestions?
Leave the comments. Send us an email. Whatever. We like watching movies. We want to hear what you have to say. Please interact with us. Make this show better.
Yes, and
see you next time.
See you guys next week.
Bye.